Hello and welcome to Tangle and Inspire series. These are HeartiZen series. My name is Ashwarya Darba. I am a certified Zentangle teacher. I live in Pune, India. I have been Zentangling past 5+ years and I have been teaching Zentangle Art past 2 years. So these are the Valentine series and where we are exploring little hearts in all our Zentangle art form. So you can watch this series from anywhere you want, and we so they are going to be super easy. Any tangler who has a bit of pen and ink experience can start with this series, or if you are a new beginner you can you can join my next workshop, which will be in March, uh, around second or third week. And yeah, other than that, you can join my Tangle and Inspire Club. So that is on Facebook, where we share all our completed artworks of this series, and you can follow my YouTube for Zentangle Weekly, where I post Tangle in Sync series. So that would be also one complete artwork that you can finish with me, and you can connect me on Instagram. So for all the behind the scenes work, upcoming workshops and everything that I share in art, I do post it on Instagram. So um, I'm quite active in there. And also you can subscribe to my monthly newsletters, which I'm going to probably start very soon on my website tangleandinspire.com. So with this, let us begin with this session. This session is going to be a pretty long. I'll try my best to keep it short and quick, but let us do it. So today you see that I'm using quite a lot of tools. So I have my Micron oven pen, I have a 2B pencil, I have a Tortillon. So these are the regular supplies. I'll be using a 4.5-inch cardstock for today's class, and this is the round tile, and these are extras Zentiles that I have in different shapes, sizes. So I'm going to use this for tracings and for markings and to just make all these triangles very fun. So you can use any shape, size that you have. Okay, so let us start. And yeah, I'm also going to use my compass. Okay, so this is something that I'll be using, and I'll tell you where I'll be using. As of now, I'm not using it, so keep it aside. So I'm going to start tracing. So yesterday we did it with the round tile tracing on the day 13. So I'm going to start with small ones. Okay. So maybe about, yeah, around an off center or something, about 3/4. I'm just making a mark, tracing it. I'm gonna take my squarish tile, just about here and there. Okay, let me do it here. This looks fine here. Keep that center a bit empty. So that's a bit of idea that I have. Let's see. And then I'm gonna trace my triangular shape. So this is my 3Z tile. So 3Z tiles are about 3 inches, 3.5 inches on all sides equal, right? And maybe a bit more here, just little tiny bit. here. Right? So I'm using my Micron 01 pen now. So I'm keeping aside all these tiles. Okay. And then I'm going to border these. Okay. I'm just going to create a border line that goes outside this pencil line that we created. So we're going to do that for each and every trace tile. How have you been keeping up? Guys, I've been quite busy. Yeah, the festival Valentine's Day is right on tomorrow. And tomorrow will be our last day for these live sessions. I'm going to keep all the recordings of these live videos just as it is. Probably create a playlist so you can find it in the file section of the group. Right? So now I'm going to start tangling. So today we have chosen the Tangle Wunderwall. Okay, and I'm gonna take this larger space here. I'm gonna create grid lines, but only the vertical ones. Right? And then I'm going to draw orbs, leaving quite a lot of space in between them. So there's quite a lot of space here. Right? And then I'm going to just eyeball it and draw the orb onto the next pencil string. Right? Then I'm going to create an orb just in the center over here. Right? So now, what I do is we'll start drawing a seed-like shape that goes in this larger section. Okay, the one where we did the pencil grids. So I'll be alternating between these shapes. Right. So now I'm going to create this seed-like shape over here. So that goes across like a V, meeting the center of the orb, just about anywhere. So you see that I'm actually drawing only on the pencil lines. I'm not touching my Zentangle or tangling into the pen lines, leaving that border open. So there's a slight gap. Just going to keep it a bit closer so you can see all the details. Just relax. Enjoy the repetitive process. And so now what I do is I start creating hearts within this shape. Just nestle in. Try your best. And come only till this half, and then two hearts meet like a kissing, something that we did yesterday. Just going to be very quick. Just one stroke at a time. So even if we have a larger piece, we're gonna keep it to the same rhythm. Enjoy creating Zentangle art, taking out this time. Reminding us of all the beautiful things we're gonna learn. Right? So now what I'm going to do is I'm not going to add more details presently. You can just watch me. So in the next one I create again those vertical grids. This time probably it starts from exactly the point. So you can change the direction of your grids. So that's something that you can do. And then I'm gonna add those orbs, leaving quite a bit of space. First I draw orbs in all that pencil grid, each and every pencil grid, and then I'm going to somewhere centerish the orbs between the four one. So right about in this somewhere. Okay. So now I'm gonna take a bit of line, but I'm going to leave some gap, right, like this, and then draw the seed shape. So this gives a bit of different character to this step. You can hold your pencil lighter, or maybe just you can keep your pen lighter and then lift it in between, or just deliberately create gaps, white dots and everything. Okay. So on to the next step. I create a heart, okay, that meets over this center orb, okay, just like this one. So maybe it goes one behind the other. Maybe you don't get it in the first stroke, so you can practice a bit and then add it to your Zentile. So can we do that? You can even create those pencil lines and then go about drawing the heart. So pencil line will be like a guideline. Thank you for all your hearts. It's a Saturday morning and a Friday evening for you guys, so I totally expect you to relax and just have some fun. It's going to be a pretty long class. Let's see how much I can cover. Right. So now Will not do the details presently, and you can create some lines or shapes inside. So wherever there is a space, I'm just creating these diamond like shapes, little bit of bended ones. Right, so now let us move to the next one. So how we go about is, we can start again with the grid. So I'm just making those grids only till that pencil border, as I said. Then with my O1 pen, I'm drawing those orbs. Right. So just okay. So I'm just going to create this seed-like shape only in the one that is meeting in the center of. Okay, I'm not going to touch this pencil. Right. So we'll change a little bit of variations to the Tangle Wunderwall. It's a beautiful tangle. It has lot many things you can do. Just explore some for me. Okay. Then I'm gonna draw hearts that are meeting over here to this pencil line. Okay, so this will be more like a ribbon one, large ones, broader ones, and that will give a little bit of change, variety to our tangling. Let us do that again. Right, then I'm gonna add large orbs in between, or maybe you can even fill it in. Just wait and not do any fillings right now. Okay, just a basic idea. That's what we are doing. So we'll just trace those pencil lines. Right. Then draw some orbs. So now let us move to this one. Okay. Once again, we start with the grid. Make a nice spacious ones. So this time probably I'm drawing grid on both the directions. Then I'm going to start adding those orbs. Then I'm going to add orbs in the center. Okay. So now I'm going to start drawing that seed-like shape, just to touch it from one end to the other. Only to the vertical lines, skipping the center one, or you can say alternating orbs. Right. So now I'm going to add a dash of line that connects to the center. From the center I pull it diagonally to all four sides. So if you have missed any orbs or anything, you can just add now. right? So now what I do is I pull out a heart shape to the corners of the seeds. So wherever these seeds are resting, I'm going to pull out a heart. So we're changing a bit of directions and creating some more fun things. If you come up with fun ideas, please post it on the group so I can see, and I totally relish and enjoy. I changed the direction. It's okay. Some mistakes keep happening. Right? So now just create some diamond shapes in between these hearts. So wherever that grid line is going, I have some more space. Yeah, I think I have majorly covered. And then I'm gonna draw a small little one here. Start with my pencil grid. And to add those orbs, right? Then I'm gonna add those seeds. And then I'm going to add seeds over this side and then to the other side. Then I'm going to add aura to each of the shape. So that will give a little bit of change. It will look a bit different. Hi Meryl, thank you for joining. We are drawing Tangle Wunderwall and exploring different variations to the same tangle. Then I'm going to add hearts. Maybe this one goes like this. You can decide which direction you want the hearts to go. I'm imagining a flower shape here. So now I would want you to take your compass. Okay, so you can actually, if you have any tracing heart shape or anything, you can trace it, or you can do a free hand heart, so that is also fine. Or you can do any shapes you want, square, diamonds, round, whatever. So I'm gonna do a bit of round here. Okay, so I'm just finding a bit of center-ish point. Okay, yeah, and then I'm going to draw my round. And say about a half-inch space I leave the gap. Half inch, I think a quarter of an inch. Three-fourth quarters. Okay. So I create two bands. So now I'm going to take my 08 pen and I'm going to trace on these pencil line. Okay. It's a nice thick pencil line that is going above all our triangles. Right? Let us do that for the inner one as well. This tracing you can do it with your graphic pen if you have. Right. So I'm going to go very closely to my first one. Okay, very closely. Then I'm going to ink it. So I'm going to create a nice thick line. Okay, So it's going to come out like that. So I'm using my oven for this. You can be more slower than me. And then I'm going to fill in with ink. So this is the same thing that you can do with any shape of your desire. If you have hearts, hexagons, anything that you want, you can create it. So I'm going to do that even in the center one, but as of now I'm just leaving it so that I show the next one, next thing. So now just take your pencil, okay, and we'll create a nice border inside along that dark line. Just very close to the line, or just right on the top of that black pen you can put pencil shade. Okay, so now the same thing I do in the inner. So take your Tortillon and smoothen these edges. Sorry. So now I'm going to do that for the next one as well. So Ekta is saying that she will try one by one of all these series. So sure Ekta, thank you. I think we created a lot of joyous hearts in last 14 days, yeah. Yeah, sure, Ekta. Just take your time, no problem. So I'm going to take my Micron oven pen, okay, and I'm going to start adding the details. Okay, so how I add details is, so for this one that we did in the circle one, I'm going to add some strokes of pen. Just flicking it out. If your flickings don't come easy, not properly, you can just create like this as well. Just showing. You can nicely darken it. Okay. Thank you, Ekta. So I'm going to leave the details that is on the ring as it is. I'm going to do all the details outside. Just take some bit of time. Okay. Then I'm going to add nice black and white to the seed pattern. So just as I showed, I'm going to just make it as thick as this one. Just mindfully leaving the ring area. Leaving the center little bit of white. Right. So I'm going to do this here as well. So I'm just covering it with nice black. Just drawing orbs, lines wherever I want. Wherever there is a space, and inking. Sometimes drawing closed lines itself is like, knitting it together nicely, like making it nice black. Just tiny bit size here and there. And I'm not doing anything in the center where this ring is forming. Let us do that here as well. So I'm creating a diamond shape within the diamond because I have a lot of space. Don't really thinking, planning what next to do, just adding details I feel like. Oh, this would look good, that would look good. Like that. Right? Maybe you can add details like this. Then over here I'm just going to make it nice plain black. So I'm switching over to my O3 size pen for quicker filling. So wherever these gaps I feel, hearts and seeds, I'm just filling it with ink. Right? I'm just helping it get started. So same thing I'm going to do here as well. Over here, same thing. I'm just adding details. Maybe for change you want to nicely blacken your hearts, so you can do that as well. Wow, fun, huh? So now I'm going to add these tiny diamonds into full color. Just nicely darken it to give that added feel. Okay. So now what we're going to do we're gonna do something very fun. So all the places where we added the pen mark, we're gonna do it with the pencil. Okay, write the ring where it is going. Just keep your pencil very gentle. Light marks, smooth lines. So it's going to give a very beautiful, a kind of different feel to the tile. Okay, so we added some graphite to the diamonds. Pen to the diamonds, so I'm going to add graphite to the diamonds. Just exactly we are doing the same thing, but with the pencils. So if I have shapes like this, I'm going to draw lines and then graphite. Okay. Then I'm gonna add this, just about exactly the same shape. Just seeing wherever it needs. Then over here, just on the outside, so fun to see, isn't it? It's just pure fun and joy. Right? So now I'm going to draw some pentons or any tangles that you feel like in this open space. Okay, make it nice large ones. Go in any shape you want. Right? So I'm going to do that in all this rest of the spaces as well. Same thing. Okay. But when I come to this ring form, so you can even leave it as white as it is, or else you can take your pencil and go about drawing the print on with your pencil. Just light strokes, very light strokes. Right? If you feel you can add details to this print arms, it's up to you. So for this class, we'll end here. I'll sit and complete the rest of the tile. You too can do that. And I'm going to write the tangle name for today. It's Tangle Wunderwall, HeartiZen Day14. Right. So thank you so much for joining in. Yes, I forgot to tell you. You can what you do is, after using your 08 pen, nicely darken these both the rows of the line, and then you can create a nice thick border outside as well. So that would look very pretty. So thank you so much for joining. It's 1 hour for us. Let us meet tomorrow again 10 a.m. last day of HeartiZen. I hope you join in there. Try your best to come live and cheer me up. And thank you, Mary. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed this session and love to see your artwork for this whole thing. So take care. See you. Bye bye. Yeah, happy Valentine's Day to you too, Mary. We still have one more day to go. Cool.